Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Bat Châtillon 25 ton or a 25 ton. It's actually the tier 10 French medium tank. It's located on the south spawn of Mines, and this one is under the command of Cross of St. George. Now he's got a 105mm main gun, 390 alpha, 259mm pin, and a very high shell velocity because it's standard APCR 1460. It's got a 5-clip autoloader on an oscillating turret, so yes, and it's very fast as well, 65 kilometers an hour, and he's rushing up to get into the castle grounds. Oh, took around from a Centurion action tent, and the enemy Bat Chat, well, looks like he's just behind us, and Cross of St. George is running for his life because that guy's got a 5-shot autoloader as well. And well, they don't want to clip each other out, but it looks like the enemy Bat Chat's given up. Our first shot misses. Goes for the second one, gets that in. The light 432 actually does help a great deal, distracts him, and he gets one round into the rear to finish the guy off and get the kill. But he did take one 105mm round, a low roll for 355. Okay, so he's got his first kill. He's got the castle grounds. The question is now, can he make use of it? Now, this is a French tank designed in the 1950s, kind of an assassin tank in a way, because it's got enough rounds to actually be useful. Only 30 in total, but not enough to win the game outright, because of course they're in clips of 5 at a time. So that means you've got 6 reloads, or rather the first load that you actually come into the battle with, and 5 reloads after that, and then you're out of shells. And it is a medium tank. Not a huge amount of hit points, 1800 in total, but it is a very effective assassin because of course it can roll up to an enemy tank and pump 5 rounds into them. And the thing is that the intra-clip reload is 2.73 seconds as well, which means it's fairly good at doing a huge amount of damage in short time. When he gets one into the Leopard prototype, another one into the engine bay, can he get a third in? Not in time, and that leaves him on 2 shells. He's having a quick look at that Leopard. Can he get another shot in? Oh, got a VK 16801P popped around the corner. Put one into him. Can we get a third one? No. He's just the other side of that that wall. No, we're not going to get another round in, so he's popped the reload, which is the smart thing to do. Standard reload is 39.16 seconds, and we can see Cross of St. George has got it down to 37.34. Now, the oscillating turret actually gives it a gun depression of only 6 degrees. Yes, I know, it's not a lot. It's actually got a fairly good gun elevation of 11 degrees, but only 6 degrees gun depression. And that's mainly because the thing is so flat, so squat. It actually means that it is actually quite advantageous because it's smaller and more difficult to spot. But look at this standard B. Yeah, he's going to be torn to shreds now if we can get all our shells into him. He won't survive. He's bounced 1 round off us. And we're going to take 1 round, but we finish him off there. And that's another kill. So yes, it took us a few rounds to get the kill on him. In fact, it took all 5 in the clip. But momentarily, he'll be ready for another load. Okay, there's no Arty in this game, so he's not going to likely to take any damage that way, but you can see the enemy has actually managed to make it a long way south. There's an ELC Evan 90 right the way down the South Island, and 3 of our guys have gone after him because he's very dangerous down in that position. You can't get a shot. No, he's gone. Okay, nice little rise there, which you can use, but of course with 6 degrees of gun depression, you can't really shoot very well from there unless, of course, you hang out over the edge. Now, we're 3 tanks up on the enemy at the moment, but you can see most of the enemy tanks haven't really moved away from their cap area. And we've just spotted the Leopard prototype over there, and he goes out with 1 round. Oh, we've got a Shrek. Oh, hello, Mr. Shrek. Yeah, that intro-clip reload let us down there. We can't get the second shot in, but at least we got 2 in, and we got a low roll on both shots. And he gets 1 into the bore, so he gets a high roll for 418. Can he get another one in? I think so, yeah. Oh, it hit the tracks. Now, we didn't get spotted there because we're using the bush mechanic, but that Centurion is getting way too close, and yeah, we've been spotted by proximity. He needs to be careful there because he could get a round receiving from the Shrek. The Shrek pokes his nose out. There's also an SU-130PM up on the platform, on the plateau, so he could be dangerous as well. There's a Leopard prototype across the way. The one that was, I think that may be the same one that was over in that corner. Either that or he actually got wiped out. Okay. Got to watch out for that SU-130PM. Oh, there's the Centurion that hit him in the first place, but he's looking the wrong way. He's going to take 2 shots and he's out the game. Yeah, big mistake. Now, the enemy has actually lost their guys up on the plateau above the cap area, so now it's just the Leopard prototype left, and he should be a one-shot. He is, and that's it. He's done it. He's won the game, and he did it with 5 kills. Well, that was an excellent game for Crosser St. George in the Bat Chat 25 ton because it was his first ace tanker. Yes, he's never had an ace in this vehicle before, but he definitely got one now because that is the scroll underneath, meaning this is the first time. He also managed to get a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up with 5, 1 short of getting a top gun, and 1/3 of the enemy team. He got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage for his team, a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He managed to get 8. And on top of all that, he got a battle hero medal. And yes, he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game. His win 8 was 8,408, which is super income and a lot more. And he really made the Bat Chat work for his team there exceptionally well. He actually just got 1 short of getting a scout medal as well. He got 8 first spots by diving into the castle grounds as quickly as he could, but he couldn't get that last one to make it actually a scout medal. So sad on that, because it would have been another medal, which would have been quite nice. But as it was, he was very, very useful for his team. Look at the team score. We can see he definitely got the highest damage with 5,126 hit points. Second highest damage was the Centurion Action 10, the guy who actually hit him right at the start of the game. 4,417 hit points of damage went to that guy. And the third highest damage in the game turned out to be our Badger with 2,650 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, he had the highest number of those with 5. 3 kills went to the Cobra on his team, and 2 kills went to the Scorpion G, the E50, and on the enemy team, their Centurion Action 10 and their SU-130PM. And when it came to base XP, he was the only player to get over 1,000 base with 1,304. The next highest being a Scorpion G, who only managed 867 out of that game, even though he's a tier 8 in a tier 10 game. I think that shows that Crosser St. George completely outperformed everyone by, and he did it with standard ammo as well. He didn't use any premium. And that's the amazing thing, you know, did it all as he usually does with just standard ammo. But he totally beat that Scorpion G when it came to XP by virtue of the fact that he was doing spotting as well as damage in the game. Third place goes to the Cobra with 765. He fired 19 rounds, so still had 11 rounds left at the end of the game. Got 18 direct hits on the enemy, 16 penetrations, so good damage in terms of good accuracy on the enemy. It was just 1 shot that didn't hit the target, and of course that was the shot that he fired at Leopard prototype as he was retreating, and the guy he just hit the wall instead. But he got 16 penetrations. Well, not all the shells were going to actually get through on the enemy, so he did hit the tracks on the Borsig. That was very unfortunate because at the moment it looked like he was going to get another kill, but instead hit the tracks instead. 5,126 hit points, of which 383 were at more than 300 meters. So it just goes to show that he did most of his damage at close range. 4 hits received from the enemy. 3 of them were penetrations, 1 non-penetration, and 360 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He also got spotted 8 of the enemy, as I said, just missed out on a scout medal. 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 5 were killed, 2,503 hit points of spotting assist. So he was equally useful at spotting as he was at doing damage to the enemy. On a free-to-play account, he earned a profit of 17,262 credits at tier 10. Yes, he actually made a profit at tier 10, and that's down to the fact that he used standard ammo. Just look at that. The ammo costs very cheap indeed, because, of course, as you know, Crosser St. George doesn't believe in using premium ammo. He believes that if you can put the shell exactly where it needs to go, then obviously you can get the damage and you can get huge profits by just being careful to actually learn where you can put the shells in, and they will actually penetrate the enemy vehicle. So yes, a profit at tier 10, not a loss. No premium ammo abused in this game. 7 bonds earned. Yep, he tier 10 game. And he also picked up 6,520 experience points, but that's down to completing a mission, which he got a bonus for as well. So what a great game there. Let's have a look at this again. Yeah, that is a very good game for a first ace tanker, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Crosser St. George mark this thing and mark it fairly quickly, because if he can keep doing that, then yes, he's certainly going to earn a lot of credits. But this is one of those tanks which a lot of players do play at the high levels. They like the Bat Chat 25 ton, mainly because it's such an ambush tank. Like the TVP T5051, you can just drive up to the enemy, pump them full of rounds, and with 5 rounds instead of 4 on the TVP, you can get a lot more damage. But the only problem is, as I said, you don't have enough shells to clip out all the enemy, and so you have to pick and choose who you're going to actually do it to, and sometimes that means you have to take out a few tanks who've been badly damaged by teammates first, instead of actually picking up all their hit points, simply because it's easier to do that than it is to circle jerk them and take them down that way. But you could see how he played in this game. He did get a lot of damage on the enemy. He did take out tanks, which he just clipped out, but he also took out some tanks by just using that reload. And again, the problem with this tank is the inch clip is a little long. As you saw, he had problems. He had to take a round from that standard B simply because he couldn't get the rounds into the guy fast enough. And so the standard B had the opportunity to get one round. Normally with this thing being so quick, 65 kilometers an hour, you can literally run up to the enemy and run round them, run rings around them, circle jerk them, so that they can't do anything about you, that you're constantly turning to try and bring your gun to bear on a Bat Chat. But if the guy's fast enough, he'll get around you, pumping those 105mm rounds in. And by the time you're dead, he's off into the distance looking for his next victim. So fantastic game by Crosser St. George. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give our video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.